Jesse Lingard to Nottingham Forest. Here we go. Deal done and dusted. Either for you, a shocker was revealed to us that Jesse Lingard was willing to really turn down the offer of West Ham because they never even wanted to match his salary that he was requesting for of £150,000 a week. And rumor has it that he was going to America. And guess what? Yesterday, that's when we got to know that a shock move was going to be made by Jesse Lingard to Nottingham. And everyone was asking, why was he making such a move? It's now that we know why he has really gone for such a move, that they offered him £200,000 a week with a sign-on fee, I think, minimum like £15 million to go in and play into that club in there for you. Now, David Austin has confirmed that deal is done and dusted, and he joins Nottingham Forest at that amount of money in there for you. We are talking Jules Kounde into this story. Chelsea winning the battle of Jules Kounde. Barcelona really backing out, and they're wanting to go in to bring in a player who goes by names of Pau Torres in there for you from Villarreal. And then there is Azpilicueta coming in the mix, and Chelsea and Barcelona are still talking about that deal to happen because Chelsea are really wanting to bring in a replacement before they sell that player to Barcelona, and Barcelona really wanting the player. They want the deal to happen ASAP because they don't have a right back. They don't trust Serginho Dest. They really believe that Serginho Dest should be deputizing Cesar Azpilicueta in there for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I go by the names of Rokani David, and Rokani Media Football is the YouTube channel where we are broadcasting in from, and let's go in there for you. I think you guys really had a very good day yesterday. I really had a long day, guys. I was alive, I was awake till the wee hours of the morning, and when I went to bed, it took me close to 6-7 hours to get back to where I'm supposed to be. But I've started to start off my day with a Jesse Lingard story coming in here for you, telling you what this story is all about in here to this channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football. Right now, Liverpool is playing RB Leipzig. They're playing 38 minutes right now, and Liverpool is leading by 1-0 scored by Mohamed Salah. But shockingly, Darwin Núñez is known into the starting 11 of Liverpool, meaning that he has been really dropped by the manager because he is not really responding well to the Liverpool style of play, and the manager is not impressed. And the best way to protect him is not to bring him on the field always there for you. Liverpool has started with the front three of Salah, Firmino, and Diaz there for you. That's the front three that Liverpool has really gone for, and Darwin Núñez is nowhere to be seen. And let me see, is he on the bench? Darwin Núñez. Yeah, he's on the bench. When you look at the people on the bench, it shows you that they are really not the ones that the manager believes are really going to go in and start in the field. That means that according to how Darwin Núñez is performing for Liverpool, the manager is not convinced, and the return of Diego Jota is what he's really crying for, because it looks like he's not going to hit the ground running as Diaz did, because Diaz came in at Liverpool and hit the ground running. You get? Immediately. But for Darwin Núñez, he still has lots of things to study, especially that system of Liverpool is so much complicated in there for you, because they are having Salah and Diaz coming in from the right and left flanks respectively. Secondly, the creativity of Liverpool depends so much onto the fullbacks. You get? So Darwin Núñez needs to go and really adapt to that, because in this game of football at Liverpool, he's going to be an orthodox number 9 waiting for those balls to come in through. I don't know whether he'll get adapted to a level of really getting himself in the rebuild or in the build-up of the game. I know he's good at that, but is he really going to go on and adapt to that system of Liverpool early enough? Because it looks like he has not yet fit directly into the system of Liverpool. That's the only problem he's facing right now at a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. But let's get into this story. Then after the game, I'll come up with a match reaction for Liverpool versus RB Leipzig. Now today, we had a story coming in from the Daily Mail that Jesse Lingard has been offered a deal close to £200,000 a week by Nottingham Forest. His representative also wants a multi-million pound fee for finding his next club in there for you. So, you know it that he's a free agent. He was let go by Manchester United. His agent came out and really talked lots of things that, how can you let my player not have this money at Manchester United, not knowing that the days have changed? Because, by the way, If United wanted Jesse Lingard, he would have stayed because he loves the club. And if I told Eric Ten Hag wanted this player, I would have told the board, don't let him go. You remember stories coming out indicating that Jesse Lingard could start Manchester United because Eric Ten Hag sees him as one of those, as one of those players that are really going to make a lot of impact in his starting 11. You get? But those stories were put out by his agent in for you because he was sending message to see what Ten Hag is going to reply on Manchester United. But Ten Hag came out and said, Pogba, leave me in peace. Jesse Lingard, leave me in peace in for you. The only player Eric Ten Hag pleaded to stay was Nemanja Matic. He told him, please, can you give me one other year? Because he really believes that he needs that person who is going to play as a CDM. You get? But Nemanja Matic told him, I had already put up my farewell post to the fans of United and they know I'm leaving in there for you. Now, this was just a rumor, and now it was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano saying that Nottingham Forest are closing on Jesse Lingard deal on a free transfer after a contract proposal submitted to the former Man United midfielder. First part of the medical tests took place last night, as per Jacob Steinberg. Jacob Steinberg is the football reporter for The Guardian in there for you, and you know Fabrizio is so much close to The Guardian, and then Fabrizio Romano is the transfer guru that we have in there for you. So Jesse Lingard took the first part of his medical last night. That means the deal was just minutes away from happening. Now, after Fabrizio went ahead to let us know telling us about the medicals that happened for a man who goes by the name of Jesse Lingard in the night, guess what? Another number one tier journalist in the transfer news, known as David Austin, came up just minutes later when Fabrizio had really let us know that Jesse Lingard underwent his medical. He told us that breaking, Jesse Lingard joins Nottingham Forest as a free agent. 29 years of age, English international, has completed medical and signed one-year contract. Former Man United midfielder will travel with Nottingham to Germany on Friday to start a friendly versus Union Berlin for you. David Austin via The Athletic. Just minutes ago, this story has been confirmed by David Austin. Now, signing a one-year contract, I know why I signed a one-year contract. First and foremost, when you look at West Ham, it had already gained its shape when Jesse Lingard was not around. And him going back to go in and to take over the likes of Gerard Bowen, the Antonios, very many good players at West Ham by that midfield area, because that's where he plays a lot. And Jesse Lingard was really calculating. You're not getting me the man I want. Almost you're giving me £30,000 less than what I was supposed to earn, or what my client is asking for, or my agent. And I'm not assured of the shine I really got back when I really played in your team in the loan of when United loaned him in 2021. Yeah, 2021 from January to May. You get? So, Nottingham from nowhere comes in. They tell him, please, we're getting you £200,000 a week, a huge sign-on fee, and you're going to be the focal point at this team. What is Jesse Lingard counting? He wants to be part of that World Cup squad that is going to Qatar. And obviously, he has gotten the best fit. This team, no player is at Nottingham Forest with the experience and fame like that of Jesse Lingard. Obviously, the manager of Nottingham Forest is going to build his team around Jesse Lingard. And Jesse Lingard is so much sure that one-year contract offered to him, he can play very well in the next 2-3 months to see to it that he's part of the English squad. And then he's going to go in and score goals. He's going to go in and score because he's really good for teams like Nottingham, but not as a starter at United. At United, he's not even good as a bench player, according to me, because he really let us down a lot, especially if you were an academy player at Manchester United, grew in from the academy, and then came to the big team. When they filled you out in the games like of Man City and Liverpool, you need to know what these games mean. You have to go in and really put in your all, but he couldn't fight for the shirt anymore. So I think that's why they let him go. But he has gotten himself a deal that is going to see him really score goals and really get back in the mind of Gareth Southgate. that England national team manager. I know that's his aim, and I know he's going to achieve it there for you. And on Friday, he's going to Berlin to play Union Berlin with Nottingham Forest in there for you. So Nottingham Forest is really trying to strengthen itself, and this is the 11th player they've brought in. They're bringing players, and I don't want to go ahead and really get relegated. Everyone will ask themselves, why is Nottingham the team that is spending most of the money in those that really came in through? I'll tell you that playoff final that Nottingham was playing, it's the most expensive football game in the world. The winner gets close to £200 million. You get? So they have £200 million they got from that finale after beating Middlesbrough. Then they have the prize money they got from the championship after finishing third in the championship. Then they have the money they get from the Premier League, close to £100 million for every team that is being promoted to the Premier League. They have that money with them. You get? So, I really believe that they're having the money and they're spending it wisely, and I know they don't want to go back because Nottingham Forest is one of those teams that really have a lot of history. If at all you never knew, they have won very many trophies, more than even Arsenal, guys. They are really a good team. So, he's going to a team that is really going to give him what he wants, and they've offered him the money that he wants. So, guys, smash the like button and tell me what you think about Jesse Lingard to Nottingham Forest. Deal done and dusted enough for you. Then let's go to the story that was broken by Fabrizio Romano yesterday. Chelsea have submitted a new bid for Jules Kounde, £55 million fee. Very good payment terms. Talks ongoing with Sevilla on structure of the bid. Jules Kounde is still in direct contact with both Chelsea and Barcelona on personal terms, while clubs are discussing on details. This story was really put up yesterday. Barcelona have not yet really made a realistic bid that really equals or evaluates to the realistic evaluation of Sevilla in their player, Jules Kounde. Now, when this happened, we said, all right, let's see where this day is going now. Today, Nathan Gissing is really he works with Di Marzio. He has told us that Jules Kounde has been offered a 5-year contract by Chelsea. They remain confident of securing a deal after placing a bid of £52 to £55 million. Club negotiations have been in Sevilla for a week and leave today in the for you. So, Chelsea has officially agreed a deal with Sevilla. And there is a battle between Barcelona and Sevilla, and we're asking ourselves, who is winning this battle? Because Barcelona are looking for money. Chelsea are here saying, we have the money and we're having the best offers for you. So a bidding war that Sevilla was calling for happened. Chelsea came in through and really met the realistic evaluation for Jules Kounde. Barcelona is talking to the player. They're telling him, please, don't go that side because we are planning the best for you. Sevilla doesn't want to sell this player to Barcelona because they'll be strengthening their rival in there for you by giving them Sevilla. They want to sell him to Chelsea because Chelsea is playing the Premier League, they're playing the La Liga. And Chelsea, first and foremost, is bringing the real fee. Everyone will come and tell me that, Rokani, the player might be wanting to go to Barcelona. It might turn out into a Rafinha story that Leeds wanted to sell to Chelsea, but the player wanted to go to Barcelona. All right, let me tell you and bring you up to speed. Jules Kounde, for your information, had already agreed personal terms with Chelsea way back in the summer of 2021. And what really failed this deal from happening, Chelsea never wanted to pay the £55 million evaluation for Jules Kounde. They're playing like £40 million, and the side which goes by the names of Sevilla wanted 55. So in this scenario, Jules Kounde is interested in the move to Chelsea, and I think Barcelona are trying to really send some good words to him to see to it that they really persuade him to go to Barcelona. But I really believe that Chelsea are winning this battle. They are winning this battle according to what things are going in through, and according to the news coming in from Barcelona, they have really said Jules Kounde is traveling to Lagos with Sevilla while his future is finalized. The negotiation with Chelsea is still hot in there for you. So Sevilla is going to Nigeria, Lagos to go in for you. And now, this is what has really told me that Chelsea have won the battle of a team which goes by the names of Chelsea have won the battle of Jules Kounde because Barcelona have switched their focus to sign Pau Torres as they expect Jules Kounde will be joining Chelsea instead. That's it. They can't match Chelsea when it comes to money. You get, even when it's all about the contract that they are going to give Jules Kounde. I think Jules Kounde has already agreed a very fat contract with Chelsea, and is just trying to see to it that he's using Barcelona to make Chelsea get him more money. I think that's what Jules Kounde and his agent are up to, but they know that they are going to Chelsea in London. And by the way, before he joined Sevilla, rumors had it yesterday that he was in London trying to look for a house, meaning that he has agreed to go in and join a side which goes by the name of Chelsea. So this battle, we believe that Barcelona are losing the battle of Jules Kounde, and the Chelsea team is really winning it. He might be the third signing of Todd Boehly at Chelsea, as his manager Thomas Tuchel told him that, please, we have to fast reinforce our defense because we've let two defenders go in the names of Rudiger and Christiansen. There for you. Chelsea are really working hard to strengthen their side. They brought in Raheem Sterling as their first signing. They brought in Khalid Koulibaly in there for you, and now Jules Kounde. Now, I know what Chelsea is all about. I was so much worried when I saw Chelsea going in for only left-footed centre-backs. Nathan Ake was left-footed, Kimpembe was left-footed, and Koulibaly is left-footed. Now, I was asking, how is Thomas Tuchel trying to go into this market? I really believe that it's better to bring in two left-footed central defenders and one who is right-footed, because you are playing with a three-man defense, central defense, such that Jules Kounde will play on the right. You bring in Thiago Silva to play in the center of these three central defenders. Then Khalid Koulibaly plays on the left. So I don't see how you play two left-footed central defenders in a three-man central defense. I was really so much shocked about it. I was saying, I want to see this happen at Chelsea, but good enough, they've gone in for Jules Kounde, and I know they're going in for Nathan Ake in there for you to bring another defender at the side which goes by names of Chelsea in there for you. So nowadays, you should know that the game of football has changed, that managers always want to use a left-footed central defender to play on the left side of the central defense. That's why you see even Barcelona is going in for Pau Torres. They're going in for Pau Torres because Pau Torres will play very well into the left side of the central defense. And Pau Torres might be so much cheaper because he can go for like £45 million. And I know Barcelona will really get it because they're going to activate their second lever today in the for you. And yesterday, they went ahead to unveil Lewandowski in America. And now we are waiting to see whether De Jong is leaving or not. Rumor has it that if at all Barcelona activates their third lever, De Jong won't leave. De Jong won't leave. So we are waiting to see how everything is going to happen at the side which goes by the name of Barcelona in the for you. But concerning Chelsea, yesterday they drew 1-1 with the club in America, another the Charlotte FC. But Raheem Sterling made his debut into that game of football, and Christian Pulisic put Chelsea ahead before they really equalized them in the for you. But on Saturday, they are playing Arsenal. Arsenal won 3-1. Nketiah, Reece Nelson, and Martinelli on the score sheet in there for you. On Saturday, Chelsea is playing Arsenal in America. That is going to be the last game of Arsenal, and Arsenal will see itself fly back to London to prepare for the Emirates Cup final that is going to be played on 31st of July in there for you. Now, here we have a story coming in from Edu Polo via Rachel Ramadan in there for you. They are telling us that Chelsea and Barcelona are in discussions for Cesar Azpilicueta over his transfer details. Both the player and the Catalan side hope it will be closed down soon, but significant process has not yet been made and transfer doesn't look imminent. So, Barcelona are really having problems. They approached Chelsea and Chelsea told them that the only way we're going to let this lad leave is us first getting a replacement for Azpilicueta, and they're really working hard to get one. And I think when they bring in Jules Kounde, they will be already to sell in a player who goes by the names of Azpilicueta. But Azpilicueta is just 80 million euros in there for you, and I think Chelsea will be really willing to get that money. But Barcelona are really trying to get in Azpilicueta because they are only having Serginho Dest into that position because Alaves, who was playing that right back, 38 years of age, the Brazilian, really left, and I think he's going back to Brazil. And they are really willing to get in a player who is experienced, who is really going to see them compete, because their season should be so much productive and result-oriented. They're so much in dates. They want to go in the Champions League and play and get in close to £100 million from that. If at all they don't, everything won't really go in their hands for you. So Aspilicueta to Chelsea is also one of those deals that you should keep an eye on. But Jules Kounde, it looks like Chelsea have won this battle, and finally Jules Kounde might be going to London, not Catalonia in Barcelona. So guys, feel free to go in the comment section to what you think about Jesse Lingard joining Nottingham Forest, Jules Kounde to Chelsea. The battle has been won. This time around, Barcelona have been really beaten. Have been beaten a hammer blow by Chelsea in there for you. Then Aspilicueta deal still stalling because Barcelona haven't yet done what they're supposed to do as far as this deal is supposed to end. Then lastly, Pau Torres is being looked by Barcelona to be a replacement of the Jules Kounde player from Sevilla, whose deal has been won, whose bat has been won by Chelsea. I'll go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do uploading on daily. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.